Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this evening's partner webinar. I'm your IntelliTravel host, Cassandra Jo Saint, and I would like to welcome all of our IntelliTravel advisors to tonight's interactive webinar. Now more than ever, education is extra important to protect the future of your business. Believe it or not, people right now are booking vacations. Our partners have deals that are better than ever, so what do we do right now? Here are some quick IntelliTravel tips to help you manage and grow your business. Tip number 1, educate your clients. Let them know what the industry is doing to help keep them safe and healthy. Tip number 2, reach out. Let them know you are there as a trusted and concerned travel expert. Tip number 3, set up groups for 2024. Collaborate with your local BDM. Have joint conference calls together with your clients and your sales reps. Tip number 4, find the opportunities. The deals and values won't last forever. And lastly, tip number 5, further your education. Perfect your fundamentals through IntelliTravel training events just like this. Remember, you are not alone. IntelliTravel is here for you. We're providing support, answering phones, emails, chats, and continuing projects to build for your future. Our best advice is to pay close attention to the directions and inspiration IntelliTravel is distributing. We are here to help you grow your travel business. So tonight, get ready to get more out of our partnership with Europe Express. Join us every Tuesday and Thursday night for one of these interactive preferred partner webinars where you'll get hands-on training from the top travel providers, IntelliTravel's preferred partners in travel. Watch out for email notices from us about updates to our online training programs, and download our IntelliTravel Advisor Training app for exclusive access to our weekly preferred partner podcast. All of this training is brought to you by none other than IntelliTravel.com. So listen up and take notes. But if you've missed something or want to see this webinar again, it is available for free whenever and wherever you want. All of these webinars are archived and available for replay in the tutorial section of your back office website. At the end of tonight's event, there will be a live Q&A session together with our special guest. However, with so many attendees this evening, it is not possible to open the phone lines without interrupting the webinar. Right now, everyone except the presenter should be on mute. You can submit questions using the question box at any time during the presentation. The question box is found in the control panel at the right of your screen. For those of you on mobile devices or tablets, look for the question mark icon. At the end of the webinar, we will read and answer as many questions as possible. Please be sure to only ask questions that relate to the webinar topic. All other questions should be directed to customer service via the IntelliHelp hub in your back office. And finally, watch the chat box in your control panel for important information from tonight's presentation, like website addresses or phone numbers, plus other valuable IntelliTravel updates and reminders. So now, without further ado, I would like to bring on the real expert and your training specialist this evening from Europe Express, Carmen Gashinoff. Carmen, take it away.
Thank you so much. Wow, I loved all of those tips. Really great. Now is definitely the time to educate yourself and really do everything you can to continue to grow your business and get your clients traveling. Thank you so much, everyone, for having me. Again, my name is Carmen Gashnikov. I am the Director of Host Partnerships here at Europe Express. And some of you might be wondering and asking yourself, okay, who is Europe Express? And then there's some of you that might know us, but want to learn a little bit more about it. So that's the point of today's training. It's learning who Europe Express is, how you can partner with us, what type of services and support we can provide you to help your clients travel throughout Europe. Make sure that you enter all of those questions in the chat box. We will definitely dedicate a few minutes towards the end of this training to answer as many questions as you can, but don't worry, because if we don't have enough time, you'll always have access to myself and our team of BDMs that are here to support you through any questions that you might have, and of course, growing your business throughout Europe. So Europe Express. So it's really in the name, it's not a secret. So we are the experts in custom tailored FIT and group travel all throughout Europe. So with Europe Express, you can really build and customize all of those itineraries. And I'll go into a little bit more detail. I again wanted to reintroduce myself. I am the dedicated director of host partnerships here at Europe Express. So not only do you get myself dedicated to your support and growth, you also have your territory BDMs, which I will share that information with you towards the end of this presentation. Back to Europe Express. So with our teams, or better said, you'll gain access to our team of specialists that are here to help you build and customize all of those tour and itineraries throughout Europe, custom vacations, private groups, again, all throughout Europe. I always get the question, well, how about France? How about Italy? So I'd like to provide a visual look onto what those destinations look like. So if it's in Europe, we absolutely can help you with those multi-city, multi-country itineraries, a true one-stop shop to make your life a little bit easier so you don't have to piece it together on your own. Europe is a massive destination. And it can be a little bit overwhelming. So with partners like Europe Express, we can help you make you look like the experts that you are and that you present yourself to be to your clients, but with a little bit of a help with our team from behind closed doors. Because the great news is that we're exclusive to you all. We don't work with the end consumer. We're exclusive to travel professionals. So that's definitely something that you want to brag about when you're talking to your clients. That they get access to our inventory, our options, our prices, our support only through you, right? Because they're working with travel professionals like yourself. Now, I will go more into detail on these services, but I wanted to continue to give you a little bit of an overview of who Europe Express is. So I mentioned two type of support or two type of itineraries that we can help you with. One of them being FIT travel, right? So this is completely customizable. Again, multi-city, multi-country itineraries. And this is all through a single supplier, right? So we will handpick and hand select all of the product to help you build that custom and tailored itinerary for your clients. And this FIT booking, it can look like maybe a single traveler, maybe a newlywed, a family with children, multi-generational, but anything that is under 15 people traveling together. Now we go into private groups. Private groups is a little bit different than um, the guided groups, right? That a lot of you are used to hearing about. So guided groups are more in the set itineraries, right? So there's little customization that you're able to do for your clients. Now with private groups with Europe Express, you're able to build that private group in a custom tailored manner, right? So it's very similar to an FIT itinerary, but with the services and the support that a group would need. So we help you. We have a group of coordinators that will help you in really building all of that together. All of the details and the logistics, which are a bit of the stressful part of it, right? So you'll have that support in making it easier for both you and your clients. Going into a little bit more about groups, because I heard this being mentioned in some of the tips. Groups are just a massive way to really step up your business and really take yourself to the next level of support. So what does a group entail? That would be 15 or more adults traveling together in that same itinerary. It must include either hotel or air. So packages will result in a more cost-effective deal, right? So we want to make sure that we're providing your clients the best cost-effective itinerary. It will need to be booked at least 90 days before departure. I still think that's kind of crazy. It really is preference to be at least 6 months out just to make sure that all the logistics are set there for your clients. Now, if you have a group, still considered a group, but it's less than 15 adults traveling together, then this is where we would consider that you work with our FIT team. They can still help you with the same logistics, making sure that your group is taken care of. So you'll work with our experts in the FIT division. This usually qualifies more of those multi-generational families that maybe is the grandparents, the parents and maybe a couple of kids that are traveling together and still want to have that group experience, but in a private group setting itinerary. Now, there's two type of groups that we specialize in. So I wanted to go over these with you. Pre-formed groups, these are typically groups that have traveled together in the past. They're traveling for a special occasion. They know each other. Very popular is the cruising groups, right? But they still will like those pre and post itineraries, which is where Europe Express would come in for those style of groups. And then there's also the educational factor and the learning factor of groups. These would be considered under the pre-formed groups. Then we have the affinity groups. These are my favorite. These are really ones that I relate to, and you'll find that you will be relating more, you'll be drawing more to those groups that you relate and that you also enjoy putting together. And there's nothing wrong with that. So with the affinity groups, they may or may not have traveled together, but they do have the same interest. So they have an affinity for travel, for art, for history, for culture, or my favorite, culinary experiences, beer and wine. Maybe they're wine lovers and they would like to go throughout Europe and all the wineries and enjoy the culinary experiences. So we will help you put that custom tailored itinerary based on your clients and your group's affinity. Once you're ready to book these itineraries, then you will work with one of our coordinators. Again, you might need a little bit of their help to put this together, and that's exactly what they're there for, right? We don't expect you to know all the details and aspects. We only expect your help in qualifying that group or that client. And we will talk about how to qualify your clients a little bit more later in this training. I mentioned earlier, we are exclusive to travel professionals, and it really does show. We've been winners of the Magellan Awards, the Travi Awards. So we are really dedicated to your success. We believe that we're only successful if you are all successful. And the reason for this is because we do have an amazing team that is solely dedicated to your success. We've been in the business for over 32 years. You do have a team of dedication experts that are really dedicated to helping you through this process. So this is our reservation support team where you'll work with for all of your quotes and inquiries. And don't worry, I will go through that process in just a moment. But then we also have our groups department, right? I just spoke about them. This is our coordinators that will help you through those groups itineraries. So very similar to the FIT reservations team. These experts, they really know the destinations, they know the product. They're most likely have lived, traveled, or studied abroad. So they know these destinations to help you feel confident in being able to sell these destinations to your clients. Then we also have our contracting team. Now, our contracting team is based in our Barcelona headquarters office, and they are hand selecting all of this product, making sure that it's competitive, that we review, just like your headquarters at IntelliTravel, they review the partnerships of suppliers that they're bringing in on a yearly basis, right? We do the same. We go ahead and reevaluate that partnership and relationship every single year to make sure that we're providing you with the best support, service, and quality of product that you and your clients are looking for. Now, in this office in Barcelona, we also have our in-destination support team, and this is a very, very important team. They're there to support not only you during your clients' travel, but your clients once they're traveling. And this is important because throughout Europe, right, the time zone is different here than for us in the States, and they might be running into certain issues or needing assistance or have questions, but it might be 2 or 3 o'clock your time, right? You're probably in bed sleeping and you might have that missed call. Now, this in-destination support team, this is the only time that our team will speak with your clients, right? Remember, I mentioned we're exclusive to you all. We don't sell to the end consumer, but we understand the type of support that your clients need while they're traveling. So the travel documents that you provide to your clients will have all of these instructions, these phone numbers to make sure that they feel confident and have a point of contact while they are traveling. Now, I said I was going to go a little bit more further into the products. So again, we're that one-stop shop that we can provide you with air, hotels, sightseeing tours, transfers, car rentals, rail, and even travel insurance. So let's go ahead and start with air. We contract all major airlines. We are partners with all those big airlines as well as those smaller ones within Europe, right? For those multi-country itineraries. So we're able to support you in that area. And guess what, guys? We pay you commission. Yes, you heard that right. We do pay you commission. It's 5% for air, no matter the class. We will pay you 5%. Then we also have our hotels, which is not just your typical hotels. We can provide you with bed and breakfast, boutique styles, castles, of course, the typical hotels, right? The Marriotts, the Hiltons, all sort of brands. We can provide you with what your clients are looking. So that's part of the qualification for your clients, right? What type of hotel traveler are there, right? Do they want that bed and breakfast? Do they want that boutique style, more of that authentic, or do they love their Marriott and Hilton? And that's okay because we can help with all of that. We provide you with a 14% commission on all accommodations. Also on 14% commission is the sightseeing and tours, which again, this is very much tailored around your clients. So if they're adventurous, or if they like that private, or if they're a bit more budget and they would like to experience all of those wonderful tours, but in a shared option, we can absolutely help with all of that. So anything from the beautiful Eiffel Tower to the Colosseum to those tours around the museums, tickets, hop on, hop off, anything that you can think of, especially those unique type of experiences, you let us know because we can make it happen. Remember, if you think of Europe Express, there's two things that you should be thinking of. Of course, Europe, right? We're the experts at Europe. And two is tailored and customized. We absolutely tailored around your client's needs. Then we also have transfers. This is also at 14% commission. We provide you with private, shared, one-way, round trip from bus stations to cruise ports, hotels, of course, airport, bus station, you name it. We again can provide those services for your clients. And then, of course, there's always the adventurous, right? That they want to go ahead and explore on their own. I call them the brave souls. We have the car rentals, and we can absolutely do that as well. We provide you with 12% commission for the car rentals as well. The only service that we currently don't provide commission on is rail. Now, rail is a very important product. The reason why we have it in our inventory, even though we cannot provide commission on, which is extremely rare, is because we understand the need of having that support. Rail also can be a little bit intimidating, but with our support, we can make it extremely easy, making sure that your clients have their needs from point A to point B. And it's not just within the cities, right? A lot of the multi-city, multi-country itinerary transportations are through rail because rail is the number one way of transportation all throughout Europe. So we absolutely can support you with those services. And of course, travel insurance, guys, is no longer a luxury. It's completely a necessity that needs to be provided to your clients. So at the end of the day, it is their decision, but it's our job to educate them on the importance of that. So once again, that one-stop shop with all of the services that you don't have to piece it around for your clients, and you can provide that one seamless itinerary for your clients. You can do that through Europe Express. So now how can you book all of these services with Europe Express? I'll go over through that, but with that being said, I wanted to show you again everything that we talked about that we can really tailor to any style of traveler, right? So with your clients, Europe is a destination that can be for anyone. Don't put your clients in that cookie cutter or that small box, right? Because Europe is no longer that milestone or that honeymoon or out of sight or just on that bucket list because it's really doable for everyone. Europe Express can help for those multi-generational, it's for those culinary experiences. Of course, the romance and honeymoon will never go out of style. For those active travelers, for those pre and post art culture, history lovers, beach getaways, those girlfriends that want to go to a beach in Spain or Greece, we absolutely can do that. So, what does that mean? That everyone is a European traveler, anyone. Because remember, budget is also part of that customization that Europe Express can help you with. So, how do you work with Europe Express? How do you get started? And how do you submit a quote? So, first of all, remember I mentioned that we're exclusive to you all. We don't sell to the end consumer. So, the only way to navigate that is for you to be registered with us. So, if you haven't done so, this is the very first homework that I'm going to give you. And the only one for today is going to be to go to europeexpress.com. You're then going to go to the registration tab and you will register as an advisor slash agent. So your agency, of course, IntelliTravel is already registered with us. We're preferred partners with you all. So we're ready to help you with this. But again, the number one step is to go ahead and register. You'll fill this out with the IATA, CLIA, ARC, whichever ID number you're provided with, your agency name, of course, IntelliTravel, and then you'll put your first and last name, your email. It will ask you for an address, and now this is very important. Please do not enter the headquarters address. We already have that information on the main account. We ask that you enter your home office address, right? Your address where you are based. The reason for this is because we want to make sure that you're assigned to your local BDM so that way you have that local support from your business developer manager. You're invited to all of the local trainings and events. If there's anything going on, if there's any mail documents that need to be sent out to you, we want to make sure that they go to you and not to head office, because this sometimes can cause a little bit of an extra delay and extra cost. So make sure that you're using your home office. And when I say home office, I mean your home, right? Where you're based and where you work from. If you've already registered and you use the headquarters address, don't worry, that can be edited. You can log in, or you can let myself or your BDM know, and we can go ahead and adjust that. And if you experience any issues with your registration, just feel free to reach out to myself later today or over the week, and I can make sure that we get you all processed. Now, just keep in mind, guys, if you do process your registration tonight or tomorrow, we are going to be closed this holiday for Thanksgiving, allowing our team to spend time with their family, much needed after the crazy season that we just had. So just remember that there might be a bit of a delay until Monday. But if you submit that registration tonight, you'll most likely see that go through by tomorrow, since they're still in the office until tomorrow afternoon. Now, once you're registered and you receive your credentials, right, you'll have your username, which most likely will be your email address, and then the password that you will create. Once that is all set up, you will be able to start requesting a quote and starting to book with us. And there's multiple ways that you can do that. The first way is just to log in and request a quote. You'll submit one of our request forms. They'll ask you for all the details, the questions. You'll submit it. You'll get a case number, and one of our experts will get back to you with that quote within 1 to 3 business days. Now, the second format of requesting, actually, I did want to show you here. I forgot I had this slide in here. So if you, once you log in, you'll go into the FIT tab. So you're already logged in. You'll go into custom quote, and then you can start that quote request. You also see right below that where it says download questionnaire. This is the qualifying questionnaire that you can download and actually use with all of your clients to fill out all of their questions. This usually tends to help your clients organize their thoughts and really understand what they're looking for, because most of the time they don't even know what they want, right? They want to come to you and they expect you to figure it out, but figuring it out sometimes takes a little bit longer than we would like. And that's why qualifying your clients is so important. So again, you can start a quote through this selection here, or you can download that questionnaire. The second format of submitting for a quote request is my absolute favorite because it's easier and I'm able to keep an email record for myself. It's just to send the information to the team. And that's by emailing it to newquote@europeexpress.com. So feel free to save this, do a screenshot of it. Of course, it's in our website as well. And if you go into your intranet, you'll also see this information in there. Now you can use the qualifying questionnaire that I just mentioned that you can download, have your clients fill it out. You can actually just go ahead and attach that to this email and they'll have all the information that they need. Again, the turnaround time is the same within 1 to 3 business days. A lot of the times, a lot quicker than this, you'll get that quote back to you so you can share that with your clients. Then the third format is to use our website, right? So once you log in, you do have that booking tool. So if you feel confident, you know exactly what you're looking for, you absolutely can go ahead and start using our booking tool here into the main page. You'll go ahead and either view all of your reservations, maybe find a reservation, start a new reservation as you see here, and you will design a custom vacation, whether it's single city, multi-city, maybe just a hotel, no air, sightseeing tours, transfers, car rentals, all that good stuff. You can go ahead and build it yourself. And a really good tip is that you can actually start it here on yourself, and then one of our specialists can help you finalize it. So it's not just a one way or the other. It's very flexible. We want to work with however you feel more comfortable. So if you want to start it out and then finish it with one of the specialists, absolutely fine. And then, of course, the fourth way, one of the most popular as well, is just calling our experts. Go ahead and give them a phone call at our 1-800 number, have a conversation with them. Not to say with any of our ways of submitting a quote, you will have a specialist that you'll work with. So that doesn't mean that you don't get to talk to anyone if you do the other format. So if you want to email all the information, but still talk to one of the experts, just simply let them know in that email, hey, I would like to be contacted by the specialist because I would like to discuss this itinerary further. This is my availability. So again, very flexible to what preference you have. Again, I go back to the qualifying questionnaire because this is such an important factor. We depend on you guys to collect all the information so we can make sure to provide you with a viable questionnaire or a viable quote that you can provide to your clients. So make sure that you start with those high gain questions. Again, use our qualifying questionnaires. You can go ahead and use a lot of our tools and resources. We have suggested itineraries. We have pre-built packages in our website that you can download and use that as a guide in the conversation. You can use a lot of our sightseeing flyers. And this is another really massive benefit to registering with us because once you're registered, you'll gain access to all the tools and resources that we have available to you, which again include suggested itineraries, pre-built packages, flyers, city guides. The city guides are my absolute favorite, especially when I'm not too familiar with the destination. But guys, it makes me sound like I know what I'm talking about. So nothing better than that. Now, these qualifying questionnaires, once you download that form, it will really have what it looks like to be the basic questions, right? But these basic questions go a long way because it will tell you a story about who your client is and really how you can help them and make sure that you're meeting expectations. So, have they traveled to Europe before? What's important to them? Is it the hotel location? Is it the star rating? What is the purpose of their trip? Are they looking to more relax, explore, a combination? When is it that they want to travel? And I know that this is a question like, well, duh, of course we're going to need to know when they're traveling. But again, it goes further than that. The time of the year that they're traveling will determine, is it high season, low season, and the price is going to be higher or lower? Are they maybe wanting to go to Greece and enjoy the islands, but then they're only able to travel during November and December? That will kind of tell you that that's probably not the best time for them to travel to experience the Greek islands. So it just tells you a little bit of a story so you can guide them, or for our experts to really help you guide them through this process. What are their interests? Where do they want to go? Um, it really does paint a story to what they're looking for. And again, it sets those expectations so everyone is on the same page. Now, I've talked a lot about those customizing itineraries, everything very much tailored to your clients, but we have very unique experiences that I wanted to share with you guys. So it really does paint a little bit more of a picture. So for those culinary lovers, we can absolutely create an itinerary around that culinary experience. So one of my very favorites, which I've why I wanted to highlight it here is the macaroon cooking class in Paris. We can do much more than this, but this is very popular for those smaller groups of maximum of 8 people traveling together. This one in particular, the pizza and gelato cooking class, I've done this one personally in Italy, and it was one of the most amazing experiences. Again, you can tell I'm a foodie lover, I'm a culinary lover, so most of my itineraries are around cooking classes and eating and those culinary experiences and learning about the food and how gelato is made, how balsamic vinegar is made. So all of those experiences we can help, right? Make it a little bit more unique for your clients around what they would truly love to do and include that in their travels. Another of my favorite experiences are the Christmas markets, which we are just starting that in Europe next week. This is again one of my favorites. Munich has one of the best Christmas markets, but guess what? Christmas markets are all over Europe. And this can be an itinerary on its own. Fun fact, I did it myself with my family last year in December and January, where we did a complete multi-city, multi-country itinerary all around Christmas markets. So it was focused on that, but you guessed it. Yes, a lot of culinary experiences, just a different type of a culinary experience because it was more based around their Christmas time and their traditions. I'm also an Abbey, downtown Abbey lover. So this is something that we can absolutely also help customize for your clients in London, where the filming locations are, go to Oxfordshire, just kind of highlight that experience. And this could be for those movie lovers or history lovers that would like to learn a little bit more about the destination and their history. Some best practices that I usually like to share, for example, offer pre and post cruise, right? The one thing that you notice that we don't provide is cruising. You have more than enough support there for your clients, but you can add more value to their trip, maximize their time, of course, add commission to your pocket. And it's by offering those pre and post extensions. We know that travel is still just as crazy. I don't think that's something that's going to change anytime soon. So there's a lot of disruptions with flight delays and cancellations. You don't want to be stressed. You don't want your clients to be stressed thinking that they're not going to make it on time to get on that cruise that they spend so much money on and that they spend so much money on those flights into Europe. So why not add an additional experience for them, having them arrive a couple of days early where they can enjoy that destination and just have a little add-on to their trip. Pricing tips, and this is more for the budget conscious travelers out there like myself, is that sometimes it can get pricey during high season. So present packages as a person, as a per person price to avoid those itemized itineraries with your clients. And that's one big thing that we do for you all. We provide you with an advisor invoice and a client invoice. The advisor invoice will have a breakdown of every service, your commission. So that's for your eyes only. You don't provide that to them. But then we have the client invoice, which does break down all the services, but it has that one total price per person for your clients. And that's what you want to provide to them, again, to avoid having that itemized and for them to price you out and start looking here and there. Mind you, if they do that, that's probably not the type of client that you want, but just to avoid those type of situations. Now, we also suggest that you use our service feed add-ons. A lot of the times these prices can be very competitive, and sometimes you might have to work a little bit extra hard. I tend to call these admin fees, the pain in the you know what fee sometimes. Sometimes you have to do that, guys. No one works for free. So we give you the option to adding markups to the reservations as well to earn additional on top of your commission. And then lastly, a big tip for pricing is to recommend those shoulder season travel. A lot of the times the pricing again can get pretty high during high season, but shoulder seasons are amazing to travel. Right now, like I mentioned earlier, it's the Christmas markets that they can enjoy a different part of Europe, a different type of culture and traditions that are absolutely gorgeous. If I have to be honest, it's probably my favorite time of the year to travel to Europe. It's during shoulder season, especially during the holidays. And again, the pricing is going to be a lot more competitive and reasonable for those more budget conscious travelers. Another tip is we want you guys to travel, although we do have a fan program. So if you do want to receive those fan invites, make sure that you register for our newsletter. I will point that out in just a second. But when you're traveling for yourself with your family and one of our fan programs just doesn't work for you, you can go ahead and use the fan rates. So once you're building that with the expert, you let them know that that's for yourself and your family, and we will provide you with those fan rates, which tend to vary between 20 to 30% off, which is really, really good, guys. Lastly, I do want to go ahead and mention our tools and resources. I had already mentioned this to you earlier. Once you log in, you'll be able to access all of our suggested itineraries, our pre-built packages, not just for pre and post, but in general, a lot of tutorials, a lot of trainings. I know that your host does an amazing job to provide you with training, but we do a lot of our own trainings where we invite special guests like tourist boards. We invite our reservation specialists to kind of share some of their tips. So make sure that you register, take a look in our website for those upcoming webinars. And even if you're not able to attend it, I would still suggest that you register because you'll go ahead and receive that recording afterwards. But a lot of really great tools in here, marketing as well, that you can use on your own social media or your monthly emails to your clients. And then very last update that I want to provide, as I mentioned earlier, we are going to be closed during Thanksgiving weekend celebration just to give our reservations team a little bit of a break after this crazy busy season. So our reservation hours are going to be changing or have changed for the month of November and December. So they will be closed Saturdays and Sundays, so on the weekends, and will only be open Monday through Friday. Of course, that doesn't apply to our emergency and destination support team. That's 24/7 at all times to support you and your clients. This is just the reservations team. They will return to normal hours of operations and open on the weekends right after the new year in January. And with that being said, guys, I want to go ahead and introduce you to our team of BDMs. So again, myself, I'm the Director of Host Accounts, Carmen Gashnikov, and I am here to help you with any questions you might have. But I want you to build a relationship, not just with our reservation experts, but also with your local BDM. So make sure that you save the information if you're in the Southwest, in the South Central, Southeast, Northeast, North Central. This information is also in the website, but I'm happy to make an introduction for you. So feel free to email me and I can introduce you to your local BDM who's there to support you. Actually, they're one of the best tools and resources that you'll have access to. And not just with Europe Express, this is with all of your partners, suppliers are there to help you as the BDM. So make sure that you're using the resources that you're being provided with. And with that being said, guys, that's all I have for today. I believe we still do have about 15 minutes to go ahead and answer some of your questions. But again, I want to say a big thank you for spending your evening with me, especially right before the holidays. I know there's a lot that you all are having to do and wanting to spend with your family. So I so appreciate it. And I'm looking forward to helping you grow your European business.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Carmen. Wonderful presentation, lots of information. I know our agents were excited for this. Europe has been a market that we've definitely been trying to get more partnerships. So this is definitely one that we're excited for. We have lots of questions from our agents. So I'll go ahead and begin.
Wonderful. Thank you.
You're welcome. The first question we have is in regards to Paris hosting the 2024 Olympics. Does Europe Express have a group trip for that event?
So very good question. Like most wholesalers, we do not. So that is an event that is pretty much closed out and is not provided in contracts. So most of our contracts for during that time of the year for the Olympics are at a pause and only go through the events coordinators. So during that time of the year, we will not be providing service in Paris. And we're recommending that you kind of encourage your clients, unless they're going to Paris for the Olympics specifically, to please plan another amazing destination in Europe, because it will be quite crazy in Paris next year.
Awesome. Thank you for that, Carmen. Another question we have is, what is the minimum group number requirement?
So the minimum requirement is the 15 traveling together. So 15 people traveling together. And then we really don't have a maximum. I think we've had up to a group of 600 people traveling together. So just so you have an idea of the magnitude of a group that our team can help coordinate.
Okay, perfect. Now, I may have missed this. I apologize. Does Europe Express offer TC's tour conductor credits for group travel?
Repeat that question again.
Do you guys offer tour conductor credits, TC credits for group travels by any chance?
Yes, it depends on the number of the style of group, but yes, we do. So that's a conversation that you would have with the groups coordinator to get a better picture of the idea of the style of group, and then they'll let you know by what number of people then it will qualify the first credit.
Okay, awesome. Now, in regards to travel insurance, does Europe Express offer their own travel insurance, or is that something that our agents would have to book outside?
So you can book it. Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, and if so, what would be the percentage that you guys pay for the commissions for travel insurance?
So that's a really good question. The percentage of commission is currently TBD, because we're currently reviewing the partnership with our travel insurance. So I'll have to provide that information at a later time, but it would be booked through Europe Express once we have that finalized or redone.
Okay, perfect. Now, I'm just going to mention this. The website, again, to register for Europe Express is just europeexpress.com, you guys. But please make sure when you are registering that you are using your home address, not IntelliTravel's address when registering, so that way it can go ahead and assign you to the correct BDM. So, again, that's europeexpress.com. I also included that down below in the chat box.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And if I didn't mention it before, the travel insurance that we're partnered with is Allianz. But again, once we're finalizing that those updated commissions, we will notify you guys.
Okay, perfect. Allianz is also our preferred partner currently for travel insurance, so that actually works out. Now, as far as the website to register, do you guys offer education through their training programs through
Yeah,
EuropeExpress.com for
absolutely. Once you are logged in, once you have your registration done and you're able to log in, you can go into the tools and resources tab and you'll see uh, for webinars and trainings, which will have a list of all of our upcoming trainings scheduled for the next couple of months in advance.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, with the private groups, is there an assigned guide, excuse me, for the entire trip for the group?
Now, this is not a like a guided tour that you'll have a tour manager with you all. You do have a access to our coordinators that will guide you through the whole process, but this is more of a private group, right? So this is you with your group or you've done this for your group. So it's not like it will have a specific guide. Now, if that's something that you want to have for your team or for your group, it is a custom itinerary. So we absolutely can incorporate that if that's what your group is looking for, to have a tour manager with them for the entire duration of the trip.
Perfect. Okay. It's good to know that they do have that option as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Uh, One of the questions we have here is when is the best time to visit Europe? I know you mentioned the best time you would recommend is during the shoulder season, correct?
I mean, that's my recommendation just because high season can be not just very pricey, but also extremely busy. So what is considered the high season or the busy season is anywhere between, I would say, the end of April, beginning of May, all the way until the end of September. Yeah, I would say end of September. That's when everything starts to calm down, and then the shoulder season starts beginning of October, all throughout like March times. But it really depends on the destination, right? So Europe is so big. So it depends if you're going to Italy, if you're going to Spain, if you're going to Greece. Uh, the weather and the time of year is different. So that's something that our specialists can help you and determine on what your clients are looking for and what they would recommend.
Perfect. Perfect. Now, does Europe Express have like a group that our agents could work with to possibly coordinate a destination wedding?
No, we do not. So we don't have a destination wedding specialist. So that's something that is out of our specialty. We can help with all of the other services before and after, but not for the wedding aspect.
Okay. Okay. No worries. There's always the future.
Right? We're always looking to expand. We are actually, exploring a lot of other type of services and products. So you will be surprised probably sometime next year with a lot of additions to our product.
Perfect. 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 Alrighty, I'm scrolling through these questions.
No worries. While
Now,
you're
are
doing
there,
that, I
go
wanted
ahead.
to mention one thing that I don't think I recall mentioning is that with all of our product, although we recommend that you package as much of the product as possible to make it one seamless itinerary, that doesn't necessarily mean that you have to package everything with us. That's part of the customization. So if your clients want to book their air on their own or because they have miles and points, that's absolutely fine. If they just need help with a hotel on the FIT side, if they need just help with a transfer or maybe just some tours or sightseeing, we can help with those broken down services. Again, we prefer to help with everything, but we understand that that might not be the case. The only restriction we have with services that cannot be booked on their own, one is not hotels. Of course, you can book hotels by themselves. It's air. So air cannot be booked on its own because we are contracted air. We're not published air. And for contracted air, one of the requirements is that it has to have a minimum of 2 to 3 night accommodations. And then the other service that cannot be booked on its own is rail. Rail does require also another component, not necessarily hotel. It can be a transfer or a tour. It just has to be combined with another service.
Okay, good to know. Thank you for that. Carmen, by any chance, would you be able to pull back up the screen with the list of the BDMs? We have a couple agents wanting to see that screen again.
So my apologies. Yes, there you go.
Or go ahead and take a screenshot if you need to. Jot that information down so you have it there. While they're doing that, a couple more questions that we have. In regards to, if you know this question, answer, Carmen. In regards to commissions being paid out, does Europe Express pay out once final payment is made, or is it paid out once the trip has taken place?
Yes, so commission is paid out once travel has finished. So if the booking was created, let's say today, the middle of November, but it doesn't travel until January 15th to the 27th, then it will be part of the commission paid out on February 1st.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you for that. Now, are there any specific European countries that you do not book trips to, book travel to?
Not really. We are all Europe. I would say Turkey, if a lot of people would consider that. I would say only on the group side. We do have limited product on the FIT side for Turkey. But other than that, we are massively, large with all of our partnerships and contracts all throughout Europe. But if anybody's curious to know, our number one destination is Italy, but that's not a flex because Italy is really number one destination no matter what. So.
Awesome. Now, in regards to like marketing material, do you guys provide marketing materials that our agents would be able to possibly find on the website to use for clients?
Absolutely. Yes, we have tons of marketing tools that you can use on the website, and they're all tailored for you to use. Remember, no consumer facing traveler has access to our website. So anything that you see in our website as marketing is for you to use. And if you can't find something specific that you're looking for, let me know, reach out to your BDM, because a lot of times we have access to additional internal marketing tools that we can share with you.
Okay, perfect. Now, in regards to our agents completing the training, online training, are there any incentives that they would receive for completing the training?
Not at this time, unless when we're doing these type of trainings that we do provide specific giveaways. But we are working on a program moving forward for more of an incentive around the training, but not right now. Only the incentive of you guys growing your business and learning a little bit more about it.
Perfect. Awesome. Now, as far as payment option, what like payment plans, is that something that Europe Express offers to clients?
Not as of right now, not on payment plans. You will be provided with what the deposit requirement is and then what the deadline on the final payment is, and that does vary depending on the product, since everything is contracted individually. So there isn't a set timeline, but you will always be provided that information at the time of the quote of what that deposit requirement is and what that deadline payment is.
Perfect. Thank you so much for that, Carmen.
Cool.
We had a lot of questions tonight, and we didn't get the chance to go through them all. We love it too. We love when we get a lot of questions. We know our agents are engaged and they found the information informative. So again, we're happy that this partnership did take place. While the system does locate a winner for tonight's webinar, I do just want to go over some topics. Again, if you miss anything during the webinar, it will be available for replay whenever and wherever in your IntelliTutorial section in your back office. If you have any other questions, please direct them to the IntelliHelp Hub located in your agent back office as well. And again, Carmen, thank you so much. This webinar was very informative. I know I took away a lot from it, so I know our agents did as well.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for spending time with me. And this is not it, guys. If there's anything that you need, any questions, we're still going to continue to support you. We will be hosting another webinar with you all next month in December. So be on the lookout for that and learning a little bit more. I know this is overload information, but this is not the end of it.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, it does look like we have found a winner for tonight's webinar. If Jamie Barber is still on the line with us, can you go ahead and enter your agent PIN number in the chat box for us? Jamie Barber.
Awesome.
Congratulations. And you are the winner of a gift card. Congratulations, Jamie Barber.
Right in time for the holidays.
Exactly. Jamie Barber, if you're still here with us, go ahead and drop the agent PIN number in the chat box for us.
No, Jamie, you gotta be here.
Awesome. I see you, Jamie. Thank you so much. Perfect.
Awesome. Congrats, Amy.
All right. Congratulations. And thank you again to our guest presenter, Carmen, for helping us learn more to earn more. And thank you and congratulations to all of our attendees. See the excellent calendar of events for more upcoming great webinars and podcast episodes with our top travel suppliers. Remember, you can replay this webinar in a few days in our IntelliTutorial area in your back office. Please take a moment to fill out a few survey questions at the end to help us create the educational experience you want. This is your IntelliTravel host, Cassandra Jo Saint, saying good night from IntelliTravel.com.
Wonderful. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Good night, everyone. Thank you.